Oh, scratch-offs. It's like me on the Gambit app. It's time for the mic drop. I and each show by going deep on one topic affecting our community and hopes we can all learn a little more. Now, it took 5 days of jury deliberations following an 8-week trial, but yesterday, former D.C. police officer Terrence Sutton was found guilty on charges of second-degree murder, conspiracy to obstruct, and obstruction of justice in the death of Karon Hilton Brown. This 2-year-old case marks the first time a D.C. officer has been convicted of murder in the line of duty. And frankly, I don't know if this fact should be celebrated or disparaged, but it's there and it should be noted. Now, if you remember, Sutton attempted to ticket Brown for riding a moped on the sidewalk without a helmet, chasing through one-ways and blind alleys for an extended period until he was hit by a family in a car. Sutton's supervisor, former Lieutenant Andrew Zabavsky, was also convicted on charges of conspiracy to obstruct and obstruction of justice for helping in the cover-up of the crime. A young man lost life over a failed traffic stop that they then lied about. In the aftermath of George Floyd's murder, one of the demands of activists, protesters, and citizens from all walks of society was legal accountability be applied to officers of the law, that they face the consequences of their actions just like you, me, or any other citizen. For far too long, we've watched as they haven't. In fact, many of us simply seem to accept their lack of accountability as a necessary price to be paid. And if we, the public, should have to come out of our pockets to cover the cost of their malfeasance, then so be it. What's a few $1 million in settlements? Like the, say, $3.5 million that we DC taxpayers paid to the family of Terrence Sterling, the unarmed young man who was killed in 2016 in a shooting that was ruled unjustified by the police department. The officer in that case, by the way, Brian Traynor, was terminated for violating department policy. But as far as I can see, no legal action was taken. And if you want to have some dark fun, look up how much some of the major cities in this country have paid in settlements covering the actions of their officers. And then look at how many of the officers have ever themselves paid the cost of their actions. This was in part why Americans took to the streets in 2020. And by the way, the protests seem to have worked. We are finally beginning to see accountability. Former Dallas police officer Amber Geiger, Botham Jean's killer, is in jail. Aaron Dean, a Tatiana Jefferson's killer, is in jail. The 3 men who hunted and killed Ahmaud Arbery, one of them a former police officer, are in jail. And the 5 Louisiana police officers will soon face their day in court in the death of Ronald Green, who died in their custody. And it wasn't that long ago I would have said, absolutely those officers will walk out of those courtrooms as free men. Now, though, I'm not so sure. I don't think they are either. And by the way, that's a good thing, maybe the best thing. I do hope that the family of Karon Hilton Brown find a bit of peace in this judgment and that it makes this holiday season a little more bearable.